Once Phuoc Tuy in South Vietnam had been selected as the provincial site for the first Australian Task Force, 1ATF, a location for its base had to be chosen. There were three possibilities: Bar Yacht, Phuoc Tuy's capital, the port of Vung Tau, and an area in the province's central region known as Nui Dat, Vietnamese for Small Hill. Nui Dat, Small Hill, was an ideal location for the new Australian Task Force base. It was on a main highway, Route 2, approximately 30 kilometers from the port of Vung Tau, which was the new Australian logistic support base. Nui Dat was some distance from Phuoc Tuy's provincial capital, Bar Yacht, and was sufficiently isolated to enable the Australians to manage their own operations. However, the area around Nui Dat had been a well-known Viet Cong stronghold, and many of the residents in nearby villages had family members in the Viet Cong. Removed from population centers but close to Viet Cong base areas, Nui Dat was considered ideal for the type of counterinsurgency warfare that Australians waged in Phuoc Tuy. Its location in the center of the province meant that Nui Dat was in the middle of Viet Cong territory. Therefore, security was of prime importance. The villages nearest Nui Dat, Long Tan and Long Phuoc, were both considered Viet Cong strongholds, and the Australian Task Force's first commander, Brigadier O.D. Jackson, with the agreement of the province chief, had the people and livestock of the two villages forcibly resettled. The removal of the local people from the vicinity meant that the chances of the Viet Cong gathering information about the base and the movement of Australian troops were significantly reduced. However, attempts to win the support of Phuoc Tuy's people were compromised by the decision to remove people from their homes without compensation. The base was established by members of the United States 173rd Airborne, the 1st Battalion, Royal Australian Regiment, 1 RAR, and the newly arrived 5th Battalion, Royal Australian Regiment, 5 RAR, on May 24, 1966. This effort was called Operation Hardihood. The final outcome of this incident was that our occupation of the Nui Dat area was completed without serious challenge, and the task force base was rapidly built into a fortification, which even a divisional assault would find difficult to enter. The Viet Cong did not leave us entirely alone, however, for 2 members of D Company were killed and 3 wounded on June 11 when a patrol was hit by artillery fire on the southwestern side of the task force perimeter. But these incidences achieved nothing more than to keep us on our guard and to strengthen our resolve to push the Viet Cong deep into the jungles where they could harm neither the civilian population or ourselves. Once established in our base, we were free to begin consideration of how we could most rapidly remove the Viet Cong from central Phuoc Tuy, and the planning for the next operation was commenced. After 10 years of war, every Australian infantry battalion except 9 RAR had served 2 tours of duty in Vietnam. Most had been based at Nui Dat, which, by the time the base closed in November 1971, had developed into a military town with buildings, roads, and street signs, a field hospital, an airfield, and helicopter pad. Nowadays, Nui Dat has much changed since 1971 after long time. Most of Australian veterans said that many changes after Vietnam War with 55 years. Nui Dat is now being collected rock, by local quarry company, to get the rock, then the Nui Dat hill is not full compare with itself since 50 years ago. After Vietnam War, the local people were moved to live inside and now it is belongs to Long Phuoc village, Paria City, Vietnam. This clip give you a glimpse of Nui Dat hill to remind your memory of the 10 years that Australian involved Vietnam War. It is also the 50 years of the last Australia troops say goodbye Vietnam in 1971, 2021. Thank you for your watching.